All right, let's talk a little bit about the actual content that is on your website. We have this conversation internally. I was just having this conversation with Michelle. We were talking about a client's website. Um, they had just recently had a kickoff meeting, and during these kickoff meetings, we'll talk to the clients about. We really dig in on their business. We need to figure out what are the pages that they need to have on their website, and that's our job. It's our job to figure out the pages, but we also talk to the client about what are the pages that you want on the website. And there's got to be this mix because your website should be something that you like, that you're proud of. So it needs to have not only the content that we know that you need on the website, but if there's something that you want it to have on the website, well, we want that to be on the website too. And we had this request for a page that it was about engine maintenance and performance. Now, when we put a page on a website, usually there's an intention behind it. It's going to be something that people are searching for. And when we name the page and the title tags that we put on the page and the words that are on the page, within the content, the pictures that we put on the page, the way that we name all of that stuff, it's usually in direct correlation to the search terms that that page is going to rank for. So, with engine maintenance and performance, that's really not something that somebody would be searching for. And the entire idea of this video is I want you to get out of your own head a little bit and think about what are the words that your potential clients are using when they're searching, when they need an auto repair shop. And I'm talking beyond the search terms like mechanic near me or auto repair shop, because of course we all want our websites to rank for that. That's a given. That's like the top thing that we're trying to make your website rank for when we're doing search engine optimization. But there's a lot of people also that will, search for, more specific terms. And, in this case, we've got this page that is engine maintenance and performance. And as an auto repair shop, you don't want people to think about engine maintenance, and most car owners, they don't think about engine maintenance. You want them to think about vehicle maintenance. You want them to think about factory recommended maintenance. We're talking about maintenance of the entire vehicle. So we don't want them, and they don't, think about it like engine maintenance. When you got engine maintenance, basically we got an oil change, some spark plugs, and an air filter. Not a whole lot else there. When we're thinking about the entire vehicle as a whole, which is how people do think. They think that I need to have my car maintained, or you'll have those rare people that'll actually dig into their owner's manual and see what the maintenance is that they need. So they're looking for vehicle maintenance. They're looking for factory recommended maintenance. So then you have the other component here, which was and performance. Now, as a previous auto repair shop owner and technician, when somebody says the words engine performance to me it means things like, well, drivability type concerns, which is another word, by the way, that nobody except for us in the industry knows. It's drivability. When your regular Joe thinks about engine performance, they're thinking about increasing the horsepower, making the car go faster, making it handling better, handle better, make it stop faster. They're thinking about not maintaining the proper performance of the vehicle, but actually increasing it beyond what the manufacturer intended for it to be. So when this client was saying engine maintenance and performance, they were really referring to drivability. And a customer, if we were actually going to really dig down to what they would be referring to when they're talking about what he was talking about, they would probably refer to it as something like a tune-up. So when you're doing content on your website, there's all kind of pages that you might have on your website. You might have a chassis and suspension page on your website. Guess what? Nobody searches for that either. It doesn't mean that page can't be there. It doesn't mean that it doesn't have any value. But when people are searching beyond the auto repair shop near me or mechanic near me, when they're searching beyond that, they usually are searching by a symptom. They'll say, well, my car's making a knocking noise when I'm driving over bumps. And that would be effectively your chassis and suspension page, but they're not going to get a search result for your chassis and suspension page when they go do a search for, why would my car be making a knocking noise when it's going over bumps? Or they'll go search for what would cause my car to get bad gas mileage. And they're not going to find your drivability page when they do that search. So the way that we work around that is with blog posts. The blog posts are where we get into the really specific stuff. We'll talk about symptoms that people are having, because that is what they search for, is the symptoms. So I'm a major proponent of having a good active blog on your website. I think that it is I know, because we look at the statistics on our clients' websites, and I know that those blogs bring in a lot of people to their website. I just want to encourage you that when you're thinking about the content that needs to be on your website, try to get out of your own head and get into the head of the consumer, the person who is searching, that would potentially end up being one of your customers, and think about, how is it that they search? What are the words that they are using? And create content around that. And then you still, in the example that I just gave, you have your fuel mileage blog post, and you might have your drivability page, and over there on your drivability page, you could have bullet points that talk about some of the common drivability issues that you might have. And one of those bullet points might be poor fuel mileage. Well, guess what? That bullet point can now link over to the blog that you wrote. And within that blog that you wrote, you might have a link that goes back to the drivability page. And those internal links are something that's actually important to search engine optimization. They solve a few problems. Number one, it kind of guides the reader of your website through the website the way that you want them to go. It helps people to stay on the website longer. So it increases your time on site, that's a ranking factor that Google looks at. If people spend a lot of time on your website, it must be a good website. So anytime that we can do something that'll increase people's time on the website, then we want to do that. And then also the number of pages that they view on your site is a good thing. The more pages that they're looking at, the better it is for you. In Google's incredibly complex algorithm of a million different things that they look at to determine, are we going to rank this site better? So that's just my thoughts that I was having. I had this conversation, and it was like, what, people need to hear this. So quit using the industry jargon. Think the way your customers think. Ask a customer sometime. If you were looking for someone to fix this specific problem, what are the words that you would type into the search engine? And they'll tell you, and you'll get a range of results, and those are all, the way that they say it, those are words that you want to integrate into your website. So hope this helps. Thanks.